So we decided to implement the Hello Truck Lease program in our Pontiac, Michigan location based on the distance that we're going to be traveling. And when we looked at purchasing trucks as opposed to leasing trucks, this was a more cost-effective way for us to run that operation. And after talking with Grace and her team, it really seemed like a really good solution for us, and we were able to implement it very simply. When we actually had an issue with the way our trucks were delivered, we had some mechanical issues that we had to definitely investigate before we could put the trucks on the road. I was able to reach out to Grace, and Grace with her team got really involved really quickly, and we were able to come up with some solutions where they actually were able to send us out an extra truck. So we could take a truck that was broken or that wasn't functioning properly, send that into service, but not actually be down a truck because they were able to give us another truck. So it was very much appreciated, and it was a seamless transition. So we have definitely used a couple of different vendors in terms of a leasing program, and I would tell you that HTL is #1 in service. We are a larger truck company. We have anywhere between 120 to 150 people on the road every day, and we need to be able to have a vendor that is very responsive to our needs. And where HTL really separates themselves is the way they deal with customers, the way they handle situations when they arise, and that's something that's made it very attractive to us to continue to grow and expand it. Yeah, so the expenses from an R&M perspective have definitely been something that we've monitored closely with the HTL program. When you look at that full service lease program, it definitely was helping to reduce the cost for us. When you look at some of the routes that we had been running, you're looking at multiple oil changes and things like that based on how often you're running them. With those being included in the maintenance program, it's something that we definitely have been able to lower that cost, and it's really worked out well for us. Yeah, we do have some plans to definitely implement more HTL programs in the future. It's really important when you look at the individual CSAs that you have to make sure that at the mileage perspective it makes sense. And we've looked at some locations like in our Youngstown, Ohio area where it's really dense, and we're talking 10, 12 miles away from the station. So that's something that we're looking to expand into that area because we feel like we can capitalize on the program itself. My favorite thing about the HTL program is definitely the service. Again, I've known Grace for 3 or 4 years now, coming to the Route Consultants conventions, and just being able to help develop this program. They're really good about taking feedback and definitely working on making the program bigger and better than ever. I know they're talking about potentially looking at rentals and different things like that, and I think whatever they can do to help other contractors, I think they're committed to do so, and that for me is what we really look for in a partnership. So one of the big pain points when you get a new CSA is definitely the startup cost. Especially when you're looking to bring on 10 or so trucks, you're looking at approximately $65,000 per truck. The HTL program gives us that opportunity where we didn't have to lay out that initial capital. Yes, there's an expense on a monthly basis for the lease, but when you look at it over the course of that period of that contract, it definitely will save you money, and then it also allows you to take that capital and use it in different places. So from my perspective, when I look at the HTL program in its entirety, and I look at trying to tie some of the things that Spencer has rolled out, such as the fuel card and things like that, there are definite advantages that we can take advantage of as a company. And then when it's a difficult time for contractors, we're always looking for ways for us to kind of network together and spend less money, to be honest with you. And I think Route Consultants and HTL has worked very well together. I would absolutely recommend the program itself. And again, we deal with a lot of different vendors, and it's a service thing for me. And whenever I need Grace or whenever I need someone at the company, they take care of us.